I have the feeling, and I believe this all along, that those who are committed to the perpetuation of an unjust system will inevitably make mistakes, which will help the movement. I don't deny this, that we do often profit by the mistakes of the opponent. I feel that evil cannot permanently organize itself, and the forces of evil will inevitably make mistakes which will help the movement of freedom and human dignity.
I have heard some white people, and some of these white people are sympathetic to your nonviolent movement, to the campaign. I've heard some of these people say that the use of children is questionable because you threw them into the front line, and the criticism that I've heard is that the children were put in there whether they wanted it or not. Some of them may not even have understood what it was all about, but they were told to get in there and march, and that was it.
Well, I don't think that criticism is grounded in fact. The fact is the children who were in the lines were there because they wanted to be. It was a voluntary choice. We always had a session with the persons who engaged in the demonstrations. We had workshops. We went through the meaning of nonviolence, the meaning of discipline and the need for discipline in a nonviolent movement. And we made it very clear to those who were getting ready to demonstrate that if they could not be true to the nonviolent discipline, they should not join. So these children were there because they wanted to be. The other thing is that the festering sore of segregation debilitates a child as much as an adult. In fact, it does even more to a child in many instances, because it is at this stage that ideas, principles, and attitudes are formed.
Now, Dr. King, you've broken the hard core of segregation in the South by breaking the resistance of segregation here in Birmingham, Alabama. Does this mean really that you've broken the South, that this is the real beginning of the end of segregation in the Deep South?
Well, I do feel that Birmingham has stood as a symbol across the years of hardcore resistance to integration. And there have been recalcitrant forces here that have tried to make it clear to the nation and the world that they would never do anything or make any move toward desegregation. Now, by breaking the symbol, I think we've gone a long, long way toward moving the other part of the hardcore South. In other words, I think now people in communities all over the South who have felt that they could block integration will now see the futility of massive resistance and will see that it is like standing on the beaches